Hello, beautiful Leo people. My name is Jessica from Prospect Park Tarot, and I am here to deliver to you your monthly reading for the month of August 2020. This reading will be for anybody with the sign of Leo in their sun, moon, or rising positions. That is enough of an intro. I don't want to waste any more of your time, so let us just begin with your reading and see what it is that Spirit and God wants to share with you for the month of August. What it is that you may need to focus on, whatever advice you need to move forward, what you may need to avoid, whatever situations that comes up, we will decipher it here right now. So let's begin with a prayer of gratitude. Thank you so much, Spirit, for using me as a vessel to transmit those messages that you believe the Leo people should be receiving at this time. I ask for confidence. I ask for clarity, and I ask for cohesion as we embark upon this reading to give the Leo people the message that they need and deserve to hear at this time. So now, with all that being said, the reading will begin once the first card falls. Thank you so much, Spirit. What is it that we have to share with the Leo people? Thank you so much. All right, our first card. Our first card is the Eight of Swords. Give me just 1 second to look at the illustration and see if anything completely comes out to us. Okay. The main message I get with the Eight of Swords starting your reading off is the feeling of being bound. You may not look like you were bound to something. Other people may not see you as you're stuck to something. People may see you as very free, actually. But there's this feeling of being self-conscious about certain situations mentally that people can't see on the outside. Being bound by certain vows that you made to certain people, whatever the case may be. But there's this feeling of I want to be free, but there are certain obligations that I have. Or I want to be free, or I really want to be as free as I look, but I can't help but to think about these situations a little too much or go a little too deeply in negative emotions and identify with them as if they were me instead of just thoughts that I have on occasional times. The way in which we do this reading is I read every card individually, and then after that I give you the overarching message. I do this because I want you guys to follow along. So if there's a correlation that I miss because I don't understand your particular experience, I want you to be able to pick up on that on your own. But I'm still going to give you the advice that I seek, just in case it does resonate. It takes all of the work off of you, of course. All right, let's continue. Thank you so much. So the next card we have is the Two of Cups. That is beautiful energy. The Two of Cups talks about some kind of partnership, maybe a romantic partnership, maybe a business partnership, but there's this feeling of combining your energy with someone else's so that you guys are creating more of something. If you own a business, this could talk about collaborating with another entrepreneur. If you are single, this could talk about collaborating with another person to share your emotions and to share things that maybe you don't always get to talk about all the time, but there's this feeling of you guys together or you people together creating more together than you had separately. This is a divine union. This is a beautiful help, a beautiful helping hand. And this person may even help you to untie yourself from whatever situation this Eight of Swords is. Let's continue. Trust also. There's a feeling of needing somebody that you can trust to speak and express yourself with in a way in which you may not be able to express with everybody, because this Five of Cups energy right here also gives me this energy of dealing with situations on our own, having to rectify certain situations in our lives separately and privately so that when we step back out, we can begin to move forward and we can continue to move forward with the same light that we have. But it's this feeling of healing alone, of looking at yourself alone, of regenerating yourself alone. With this Five of Cups here, I definitely get the feeling of some kind of, yes, it gives me the feeling of something that you may feel like you have lost, that you may be grieving. This could be a relationship that you have with somebody, or the quality of a relationship that you used to have with somebody. This could be a loss of an opportunity, a loss of some kind of autonomy. I know I made that noise and it sounded really dramatic. It's not that dramatic. I'm just really trying to understand this illustration as it pertains to your reading. But there's this feeling of I'm handling it on my own. But the Two of Cups is in the middle of those two cards, so it definitely gives me the feeling of the necessity of that person that you can bare your soul to, the necessity of that person that you can create yourself with. You know, all these cups that you may be spilling out, maybe they are valuable, but maybe you need somebody to show you the value of all of your emotions, even the emotions that you have that nobody else sees. What can you create with those things? How can you share those things in a way that helps you and helps somebody else? What else do we have for the beautiful Leo people for the month of... Ooh, that's amazing. That's wonderful. You got the World card. You guys, this talks about a completion. This talks about a journey that we have kind of reached the end of, in the way that you can now begin to look back on how far you've come. You can now begin to feel lighter, feel younger almost, because you can now see everything that you've been through and what it has given you, what it has reached you. And you are also beginning a new cycle. With this World card, this is the last card of the Major Arcana. So this is the energy of, wow, I really did all this. I really came this far. Like, maybe I don't give myself enough credit. But this World card gives you the opportunity to give yourself that credit, because there's this feeling of, okay, we're moving on to the next one. Are we ready? Are we ready to go? Thank you so much. Let's continue. What is the heart of the reading for the Leo people? Wow, that jumped out. All right, so we have the Lovers. So I don't know which way it fell, if it fell in the upright or the reverse, because it fell off the table. So I don't know which way it wants me to read it. So I'm going to read it in both ways. I want you to know that it comes right under the Two of Cups. So this may be a period in which you are inviting new love into your life, where you are inviting new partnerships into your life, whether it is business, romantic, familial. But there's this feeling of, I'm at the point, or I'm at the height by which I cannot do it all on my own anymore. I'm going to need more help. I'm going to need more assistance. But the assistance that I have is going to be that which satisfies my goals, satisfies my dreams, satisfies the healing that I need at this point in time. If it is in the reverse, it gives me the feeling of the presence of a toxic relationship that may be causing these feelings of feeling attached. That may be causing these feelings of loss and grief. If it is in the reverse position for you, only you will know it, of course. But there's this feeling of, dang, I really wish I could have saved this relationship. I really wish this turned out differently. Or even, I feel like I'm stuck to this person. I don't know how to let go of this person, but I feel like the closer or the more I hold on to this person, the more it holds me back farther than I want to be held back. Either way, if it's in the upright, there's a need to connect even deeper with the people around you. If it's in the reverse, it's the need to figure out a way to rectify this relationship. Maybe you need to share your emotions with them and share how you're feeling with them. And in that way, they may even be saying, oh, I was feeling that way too. I was so scared to tell you. I'm so glad you had the courage to tell me. So now what do we do after that? So there's this feeling of having to open up, to open the floor to healing, whatever that may look like for this particular relationship. Thank you so much. So the next two we have, is first the Hierophant. The Hierophant talks about reaching new heights as it pertains to the structures in our life. This is somebody who is being promoted to another level. This is somebody who has the autonomy to establish their boundaries and follow their boundaries. You may also be starting another semester of school. You may be enrolling in school. You may have a new financial opportunity that allows you to kind of elevate in a way that seems linear right now. Or this might be a new spiritual foundation that you found, and it's giving you this feeling of I'm elevating. I'm becoming more structured. I have more power to move forward, but there's this feeling of vitality shooting up through you, and it comes after this World energy. So it's this energy of, wow, look at all that I've created. Now with that, I can begin to synthesize everything I've learned, all of the things that I've created for myself in a way that I can begin to create philosophies. I can begin to create my moral code. I can begin to solidify my values and my ethical code so that I know how to proceed in the future. And you are going to need these codes and this structure as it pertains to your life philosophy, because the Tower is up next. The Tower talks about our divine challenge. I love the Tower card because everybody is so afraid of it, and everybody has been getting towers left and right, especially because of COVID season. There's a lot of things going on, and it is different for everybody, right? But with this Tower card energy right here, I'm getting the feeling of I needed my moral code. I needed my ethical code because I'm getting ready for something. I'm getting ready for a shakeup. I'm getting ready for a breakup. I'm getting ready for a breakdown so that I can break through from a situation. With this card, it definitely talks about who do you have around you? Are these people people you can lean on if a situation doesn't go the way you planned? This also talks about an opportunity falling through because there's another opportunity that you are able to build for yourself. But as it pertains to this Tower, definitely there's this need to use this experience that you've gotten from this World card to kind of rebuild your way out of this Tower moment, or to navigate yourself through this Tower moment. Also, with this Eight of Swords, starting your reading off, it also gives me the feeling that maybe I feel so bound because I already had my Tower moment. And my Tower moment probably is what gave me the wisdom of my World card to see that I am stronger than I thought I was, that I can do more than I thought I was. But at the same time, this Tower moment may have drastically change your perspective of the world, drastically change your perspective of what is possible for you and for others around you. And it talks about a new kind of wisdom, but it also talks about the need to establish those ethical codes, those values, and those strong friendships so that you can survive through this situation and continue to move forward in whatever direction you are moving in. All right, let's continue. Thank you so much. So we got the last two cards. They both came out. Gotcha. All right. So I see for you Leo people, you might be working very hard. You might be working very hard. You might also be working very hard on a relationship. But you got the Ten of Wands. And the Ten of Wands gives me the feeling of I'm almost there. I've done everything that I was supposed to do. I stayed in the game, or I even showed my face. Even if I wasn't able to move, at least I showed my face. At least I showed up. At least I did the bare minimum or the most that I could do. But there's this feeling of a burden. There's this feeling of I've done so much work, and still with it being under this Lovers, it's this need to have people who understand the work that you do, who understand the effort that you put out and can reciprocate that also. Because with this Ten of Wands, this person needs support. This person needs somebody who can also bear the burden of what they have created for themselves. Because this person, they don't want to let go of what they've created. Yeah, it might be heavy. You feel me? But at the same time, that's why they got this bison or this ox, whatever this animal is, because they don't want to let go of those things. And they've already come so far. So there's this feeling of, even especially after this Tower moment, it's walking down from that tower. It's saying, okay, all of that blew up. You know, that, I don't know what happened to it, but guess what? I'm still going. And I took everything that I could from this burning building, from this burning house, and I'm still going to continue, and I'm still going to move forward. So there's definitely this push of, you were doing well, despite what your environment looks like, despite what you may feel emotionally, despite the feelings of loss that you may be having, despite the feelings of treachery and stuckness that you may be feeling. There's this feeling of you may be rewarded soon because of your perseverance, because of your tenacity, because of the experiences that you've had, and your ability to get up from this Tower moment and move on with everything that you've brought with you, or as much as you could. The last card ending this reading is the Two of Swords. What I want to know is what is it that is holding us back? What is it that is holding us from naming the things that we want? What is it that is keeping us standing still? This is the last reading of your card. So this one gives me the feeling of a need for that control that you have built for yourself. Because these Five of Cups energies, this feeling of, oh, but I lost this, it kind of serves to distract you from a certain situation in a way that kind of makes you stand. But this also could be contemplative energy, the energy of, I don't want to rush too soon. I don't want to ruin a situation or squander a situation too soon, so I need to think about it a bit longer. But also, I want you to realize that this person is surrounded by crows. and they're attached to those crows the same way this person was attached to their crows. So still I get this feeling of progress, because we started with 8 and now we're down to 2. So there's definitely a feeling of being free. But when it comes to freeing ourselves from these last 2 fears, this last 2 crows, it's like, what else is holding me back? What else am I afraid of? What truth is it that I don't want to see as it pertains to my relationships, as it pertains to the balance I have in my life, as it pertains to my manifestation energy and my potential for creativity? What is it am I still bound to? What is keeping me standing here when I feel like I want to move forward? And your underlying energy, I'm just going to leave that right there, right? And then your underlying energy, wow, that's amazing, guys. That's what I'm talking about. Leo people, it doesn't matter how tired you are. I get this feeling of tenacity. I get this feeling of perseverance from you guys, because your underlying energy is the 8 of Pentacles. So despite this 8 of Swords and this 5 of Cups and this 2 of Swords and the Tower, which are at the corner of this spread, at the corners, these are on the bottom corners, and these are on the top corners. It's like feelings of loss and feelings of grief, but also understand that these are probably growing pains. Okay, these are probably the price of growth. These are probably the price of experience. I mean, only you can understand your path, and only you can understand if you're making the right decisions. But it gives me the feeling of whatever worries that you have, it is testing not only the wisdom that you've acquired, but your ability to apply that wisdom to your structures, and applying that wisdom to the strength that holds you up and continues to lift you up, right? Let's continue with your oracle cards, and then we'll wrap up your reading. Thank you so much. We got 1, and we'll get 2 more from the Rebel Oracle deck. 2, 1 more. Thank you. Oh, 3. We got 3. We're going to take them all. So you have 5 cards in total. Let's read them all. The first one says, time to let go. Move the fuck on. You know how that resonates with you, right? Okay. The next one says, do not believe every shitty thought you have. This 8 of Swords right here, who tries to limit you, who tries to make you identify with your fears. You are not your fears. It is okay to feel fear, because it's not us. We feel every range of emotion because we are humans, and we feel. You know, that is our superpower, is that we have these feelings that we go through. That doesn't mean it defines us in any ways. On the back of this card, it says, thoughts can be sneaky, lying bastards. Period. All right, the next one says, take a shot. Don't take 12. Take 1. Okay, maybe 2, but move on. That's the same energy I got from this time to let go card. So there's this feeling of needing, if this Lovers was in the reverse for you, it's this feeling of needing to move on from a situation, because this situation may leave you bound to it in a certain way, right? All right, so the next one we have is, you do you. Stop trying to change people. That shit never works. Let me read that again. You do you. Stop trying to change people. That shit never works. I get this feeling of somebody wants to keep moving. The Leo energy wants to keep moving. But whether it's these fears or if it's a certain relationship, I want to take you with me. If they aren't ready to go with you, have grace for their journey. You know, have grace for their position in life, and have compassion for this person. But understand that they can meet you. They can meet you there. Or you can meet other people there who can support you in the way you need to be supported as you continue to study, as you continue to grow and learn from your life. And the last one says, fuck. Shit is about to get real. Fuck. You need your people around you. That's what it says. Fuck. You need your people around you. So definitely maintain the relationships that you have with the people who fuel you. You feel me? Because you might need them for situations where you feel stuck, where you feel like, I can't think myself out of this situation. It's very important to have the people around you who can help you get out of those certain situations, to reduce those 8 crows to only 2 crows. So then we're not so bound by our fears, or so bound by whatever is going on in our environment, whatever it is. There's this feeling of, you can lean on these people, because Spirit wants you to continue whatever it is that you're doing. Spirit wants you to continue. Spirit wants to see how far you can go before they kind of step in with a little nudge. They're like, let me see you walk. Let me see you keep going. Let me see you keep moving forward. And then whenever or if ever the situation comes where you feel like you're at a standstill, then Spirit says, okay, you needed this. You did great, but I'm going to give you the push now. You feel me? All right, so your divine feminine oracle is Teresa of Avila. Give me grace for the way I pronounce these cards. I'm so sorry. It says, Our Lady of the Interior Life. I trust the answers I find within me. I know that the presence of love is real. This card comes with a booklet, so I will find the deeper meaning for this card. Just give me 1 second, and after that, we will wrap up this reading for you beautiful Leo people. Give me just 1 second. And I will read it word for word. So please give me grace as it pertains to my reading skills. All right. All right, let's get into it. Saint Teresa is a call for the importance of the interior life. She knew intimately about the spiritual wealth that we all possess and have access to if we're willing to go inward. She not only emphasized the need to meditate and to pray in order to reach the innermost castle where the soul waits for us, but she also instructed the sisters of her covenant on how to discern the presence of the soul or of a saint or of a holy person that is giving us wisdom from within us. She had a bookmark that supposedly read, If you have God, you will want for nothing. God alone suffices. This synthesizes the wisdom of her experience. Nothing less than divine love will satiate a seeker, especially once you have met with it from within. She urges us to meditate, to pray, to go inward and meet the presence of the soul. And then she asks for us to believe that it is real and that the answer we find are real. She asks us to move that inner truth out into the world with confidence and conviction. That's amazing, guys. That's amazing. I feel like these crows or these anxieties are a bit more important than I gave them credit for, guys. So definitely, I love this oracle card. Because if those feelings of anxiety or not enoughness come up, there may be some truth in it. There may be a lesson in it. Not that, I'm not good enough, but what is it pointing to? What weaknesses can I strengthen? Are my anxieties pointing to? What weaknesses in my relationships are my anxieties pointing to? And that way we can continue to move forward as I see you guys doing for the month of August 2020. So thank you so much for embarking on this reading for me for your month. We will speak soon, so have a great day and have a great rest of your month. And until next time, bye-bye.